Hello and welcome back to Crusader Kings II. When we last left Holland, um, the year is 795. Our leader is Duke Arnold the Wise, um, and we are now the proud owners of 3 duchies. Duchy of Holland, Duchy of Flanders, Duchy of Brabant. Last time, if you remember, we took over Brabant, or not Brabant, we took over Flanders, and because of that, we're currently in a truce with God Albert of Poitou, who he used to be the Duke of Flanders. Also, if you'll remember, Middle Francia took over West or East Francia, and so now this entire thing is Middle Francia, which I'm sure he could convert into an empire if he wanted to. But yeah, so now this whole kingdom runs, this entire area right here. So it is quite large. Anyway, and Brabant is still not ours. It's still being held by Carloman. If you remember, King Carl of East Francia took it away, and now this guy came in. So the Duke also got married, and now he has an heir, which is little Aliad right here. So she's the new heir. And I think that's pretty much about it. We don't particularly care for the king, the current king, and he doesn't particularly care for us too much. He desires the Duchy of Brabant, and I desire the County of Brabant. Plus, I seem to be a title claimant. Let's talk a little bit about that before we get started. It says right here, under my opinion of King Carloman, right above desires the County of Brabant, it says title claimant, -20. So that means that I have a claim on Middle Francia for some reason. I think. So let's go into the Kingdom of Francia. This is all the counties and duchies and chiefdoms that are in the Kingdom of Middle Francia. And then I've got this button named Claimants, show a list of all the current claimants. Now, if I click on this, all of these people have a claim on Middle Francia. So, these are all Carlings. I don't rightly know why it says I'm a title claimant. Unless that's a different title that maybe he has, which could very well be. If I go to him, he's got the Kingdom of Middle Francia, he's got the Kingdom of West Francia, he's got the Kingdom of East Francia, he's got the Kingdom of Aquitaine, he's got the Kingdom of Saxony. Those are all of his, all of the titles that he has. So it's possible that that one of these, like West Francia or something, I or somebody in my court has a claim on. So we'll see what happens. Now, as I look through here, I notice something. He's got a whole bunch of kids. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 boys, plus 2 more that are not of age yet. So he's got 6 boys. This empire that he's built is going to get split up between all these people. So basically, if he dies, right, then, assuming this is still Gavelkind, which I think it is, then what's going to happen is this kid's going to get Middle Francia. This kid's going to get West Francia. This kid's going to get East Francia. This kid's going to get Aquitaine. This kid is going to get the Kingdom of Saxony. And so, unless he actually says, okay, we're going to, the choppers are coming to get me, unless he actually makes this whole thing an empire, the whole thing is going to split apart. And he can make the whole thing an empire if he wants to. He can make the Empire of Francia. And if he does that, then he can give his kids all the kingdoms. And then whoever happens to be the head kid is going to inherit the empire. But, we'll see what happens with that, exactly. So, anyway, so let's continue onwards. Right now we are fabricating a claim for Cleve, which is currently held by the Duke of Brunswick. The Duke of Brunswick. What is Brunswick? Let me make sure I can actually do this. Yeah, he's only got 438 and he's got no allies. And his heir is King Carloman, so before this guy passes on and, leaves the whole thing back to King Carloman, I should hopefully get a claim and then work on okay, Lords of Bruges have approved the institution of the minimal city taxes law. I can press de jure claims. Well, let me pause just for a second. This is Ghent. Ghent seems right now to be in the Duchy of Gelre. Oh, look who became the Duke of Gelre. Somebody else. This guy still owns Gelre as the county. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, so so here's what King Carloman did. King Carloman took this Munduric guy who used to be the Count of Ghent, and he elevated him to a duke. And he said, well, okay, you'll be the Duke of Gelre. Okay, well, that's nice, but unfortunately Ghent is nowhere near Gelre. Gelre is all the way over here. And, oh, by the way, the king didn't give up any of these 3 territories to give to him. So right now, the Duchy of Gelre is over here. He has claims on this, this, and this, but the king owns them, so I don't think he's going to go to war with them. So, let me hold this in my pocket just for a second. I could go to war and try to take this guy on, but I don't think I'm going to do that immediately right now. It's very unusual. I should probably talk a little bit about these guys too. All of these guys, this guy right here, and this guy this woman right here, and this guy right here, and this guy right here, and this one right here, they're all, whoops. Ooh. Okay, so they're all my vassals. So they're sort of in that list of people. See, now I have 6 vassals. And this guy, I'm really thinking about throwing him in jail and stripping away his title and leaving him and exiling him from the kingdom, but because he's a schmo. But let's not do that right now. Let's go and look at our vassals. Let's check the opinions of them. Now, that guy's going to be a negative 100, but everybody else likes me, relatively speaking. This is a 4. It's not great, but oh, here we go. More Vikings. Okay, so in order to attack Vikings, I want to raise my military. Okay, now I could do this, but the problem is I don't want to raise the army in Zealand, because that's where the guys are, basically. And if I don't have enough forces, they're just going to pound them down, and then that will be the end of those guys. So what I do is, it says hold control to click. When you click to avoid raising levies where there are hostile armies. It's usually a good idea. So I'm going to hold down control and click. And now these are all my armies. And I'm just going to take all these guys, and I'm going to push them into here, like that. Now this guy down here is too far away, so I'm just going to disband him for right now. But all the rest of these guys are going to go running into here. Now, I have to cross a strait, so I'm going to take a penalty doing that, but I think I should be okay. And they're already running. So they're getting back on the 10th. I'm showing up on the 7th. Yeah, I'm going to get them. Now, the other thing that happened while I was talking about vassals was that okay, so let's get this entire army and we'll disband it now. Okay, what happened was this guy declared a holy war. Middle Francia declared a holy war for Lombardy. No, I don't. Off the coast of Ghent. Ghent isn't mine anymore. Is it? So I don't really have to worry about that, do I? It's part of the Duchy of Gelre. I could care less. Okay. So anyway, so this guy declared a holy war. Now, the weird part about this is, okay, this guy's Frankish. His religious head is Pope Benedict. Okay. So Lombardy down here. Here's Lombardy. Right, here's the Kingdom of Lombardy. That's this guy. Oh. He's Lollard, which is a Catholic heresy. This is what happens when you're I'll deal with this in just a second. When your religious counselor says, "Hey, I looked in this book and I read about the Lollard, thing, and you should join it," and you say yes, okay, you become a heretic. And so right now, our king of Middle Francia is basically going to take this guy over. Now, if he wins, he will have all of Middle Francia and all of Lombardy, which is essentially Italy. But let's take care of this Breda problem right now. I'm going to pause just for a second. Now, I can also raise guys in individual territories too, right here. Okay, I can raise up all of the troops, both the mayor's troops, those 26 troops, and my troops. So I do that, right? And they're all in one unit. Okay, I can also do the same thing here. I can get 172 troops, but that's the liege levy of the Prince Bishop, so I don't really want to do that. Up here, those are mine. So I'm going to move these guys in here. Now you're probably wondering, why the heck is this guy in here? Like, okay, he's not going to take over the castle, right? He can siege it, okay, and take over the castle, but he's not going to, actually get Breda. What he's doing is he's raiding, which means if I look up here at this little looting thing, he takes 1.696 gold every 4 days. And what happens is he transfers it back onto this boat, and that boat goes back to his land, and once it docks, he gets that money. Eventually, after we play Holland, I'm probably going to play like the Vikings, and then you could sort of see how that whole thing works from their side of things. But for right now, they're just a pain in the ass. So let's move these guys in with these, and then we'll cross the river. Come on, guys, any day now. Okay, there they are. Now we select them, we merge them, and we march them. And now this guy's leaving. Okay. Okay, so here's what my guy can do. My court chaplain. He can both increase my relationship with this guy, okay, Bishop Herman of Harlem, okay. He can increase his relationship with me or decrease his relationship with the Pope, and that's basically what happened here. Okay, basically I've had him slandering the Pope and saying what a terrible job the Pope is doing, and so the bishop's opinion of the Pope goes down by 10 for 2 years, which is good. Oh, looks like somebody has already taken up arms against this guy. Okay. Yeah, and I guess we'll go in here. Well, we've got the guys raised, right? And it looks like... Now what happens is, you'll notice these guys just showed up. And so what happens is, these guys are going to get together and then they'll attack this guy. And we'll fight them. Okay. Then we're going to head back over here, and then we'll disband. We can disband in here, but we'll lose guys. So we're going to move up into here. And this is going to be a constant process of essentially whack-a-mole. It's like whack a Viking. Because they're constantly going to be raiding down in here. Some of the other things that they can do, they can actually try to take over territory. Claiming it as their own, too. That's something entirely different, though. The nice part is, while we're part of Middle Francia, they will actually, the kingdom will actually protect us from that sort of thing. Like if somebody comes in and says, well, I'm taking Holland. Okay. But you got to take on the whole kingdom too now. So this is ridiculous. Pretty sure I can swallow this guy up. He's got a great martial skill, this guy. Has a fantastic martial skill. I think what I may do, I don't know. I would rather have the Duchy of Flanders and the Duchy of Holland than the Duchy of Brabant and the Duchy of Holland. So what I'm wondering is, he gave away the Duchy of Gelre. Let's see what his... He is the Duke of Luxembourg, and that's it right now. We can get on his... I don't know if I really want to do that. The biggest problem right now is that I think if you ask anybody, me having 3 duchies is too much. It's too much. I mean, it's too much. Even if I was a king, the people under me would be complaining that holding 3 duchies is too much. So, just as a duke by myself, I think a lot of other dukes just don't like that. It doesn't really help that I'm a foreigner either, but that's a choice that I made because I wanted better relations with this group of people here. Off the coast of Dax. Okay, Dax is all the way down here. So it's going to report to me whenever one of these guys shows up on the coast of Middle Francia. And I switched the priority of that message because I was getting sick of them ringing in the message window and then not seeing them. And then coming back later and finding, oh, look, they just took 400 gold out of this one territory or whatever. So messages, if I wanted to, right, here's a message. This is a faction message. If I wanted to change this priority so that it showed up and paused the game whenever this showed up, you right-click on this message, and it shows you, okay, this column controls the behavior of the message regarding you, close and unlanded family members, characters of a special interest, or other characters. So right now, this shows up as a high priority. In the high priority tab, if it's for somebody who's of interest to me. Low priority tab if it isn't. But I can make it into a pop-up window, which basically pops up on the screen like this and pauses the game. And I can also say, we'll pause the game. Okay. So let's take a look in Intrigue for a second. Oh, pause. Bunch of stuff just happened. Okay, here we go. Here's a plot that's going on. This person, who is the Countess of Poitiers, has a plot to kill the Countess of Ypres. Okay, Ypres right here. Poitiers is right here. And I'm not sure exactly why she wants her dead. Probably has to do with an inheritance. But, okay, so that's good to know. The other thing that happened was I can press a weak claim. The Countess of Artois, this person, has a weak claim on Carcassonne. Carcassonne is... Let's see, where's Carcassonne? Let me get rid of this stuff right here. Carcassonne is someplace in here. Where is it? There it is. Carcassonne is right here. So, technically speaking, if I wanted to, I could press this woman's claim for Carcassonne. Okay, I don't know how she has one. Probably because she is the daughter of the Count of Carcassonne. But she has a claim. So technically speaking, I could press that claim, and then she would be the Countess. She would be the Countess of Carcassonne. He would be the Count of Artois. She would be the Countess of Carcassonne. Do I want to press that claim? It's kind of far away right now. If it ever became part of Holland, I'd have to defend it all the time for the count of, whoever, of whatever territory that it was. For right now, I'm going to hold on to the claim. I'm not going to use it yet. The other thing that happened was our spy master is no longer with us. So let us appoint another one. And oh, hey, look, It's a Ragnar. I remember this guy. He will scheme in Holland. I scheme in Holland to pick up plots. It also discourages vassals from joining factions. I can also use it to encourage nobles to join my faction. And speaking of factions, let's go and look at factions too, because a bunch of them showed up. Okay, so we have one guy who wants to make himself the king of Middle Francia. That's not looking too good right now for him, though. We've got lower crown authority in East Francia. That guy has got a little bit of power. Then we've got the independence one by Aquitaine, Normandy, and Gascon. And that's fair, but not too great. We got lower crown authority in Aquitaine, that's not looking so good, and lower crown authority in Saxony. So, excuse me. So, all of these guys, most of them are trying to just lower the crown authority. Nothing I'm really interested in joining right now. If 1649 soldiers is 26% of the liege, then me adding my force into there means that this is going to go up to like, I don't know, like 60% or something. Is still not enough. So, yeah, see, I've only got this much. This is looking more and more this is looking more and more like something I'm going to want to do. I don't really want the Duchy of Gelre, though. I want the county, I don't want the duchy. But unfortunately, because I think if I have 4 of them, it's really going to be a problem. Well, tell you what. Let's do this. Let's press the claim on this guy. If we happen to get the Duchy of Gelre, we will simply give it back to the king. We'll be like, here you go, you can have it back. Or we'll give him the Duchy of Brabant. And then we can't press claims in Galway, though. It's the only problem. Let's go after this guy, though. I can claim Ghent. Or I can press a de jure claim on Ghent. One of them is because I had my spy master get me the claim. The other one is because de jure Ghent is part of the Duchy of Flanders. I'm going to go on this one. Okay, everything is paused. So now let's raise some troops. I don't think I need to raise any vassal levies. Nah. That is definitely not the way I want that guy to go. So I want this guy to go here, and then here, and this guy can go here, and then these 2 guys can go here, and this guy can go here too. Okay. Let's unpause. merge those two together. We'll merge these guys together. And then we will march. And these guys over here will merge together. And we're going to wait for these guys to show up in Zealand. And then we'll march them across too. Okay. Now these guys might get there first. No, they didn't. Okay. Now you see I've got a little penalty because I had to cross a strait. Okay, now I've got the whole mass in there. These guys are retreating. These guys are still skirmishing. Now they're retreating. And that's it. They just got thumped. Okay, so these guys went into Brabant. So we're going to take the 400 and something guys, and we're going to move them in there. The other guys... Okay, perfect. The other guys are going to keep in here to siege. Okay, we killed off the rest of those guys. Now we're going to head back into Ghent. We're 74% of the way done, but we're going to have to siege now. Now you'll notice something. These Vikings went down this river, which is one of the things that Vikings can actually do. Vikings are able to, their longboats are actually allowed to go down major rivers. So they can actually attack in here, which is what they've done. This war down here is still going. Oh. Count Ulrich of Artois claims that Mayor Gauselm of Horn is attempting to promote vile heresies. How should I use this information? Expose and denounce him publicly, giving me a reason to arrest him? This is the mayor of Horn. Where's Horn? Horn is up in here. Or I could keep this information myself. Just to make sure. If he is promoting heresies, which it doesn't say that he is yet, but he might be. Not really fond of this guy. Gonna keep this information myself. Not really fond of this Artois guy. This guy right here. Negative 71 is quite bad. Whoops. Somebody's inherited some duchy titles. And that would be King Carloman. Meanwhile, the fight down here continues. It looks like there is a revolt going on. The coast of Zealand. Really? I'm going to take 470 guys, that extra set of troops, and march them in there. March 7th, March 4th. Yep, I caught him. Sighted off the coast of Galray. Well, that's not my problem. Okay. My guy's doing good with reinforcements in Holland. Oh, now they're attacking Ostfriesland. Now, this is exactly what happens when the Vikings show up. Basically, they just start raiding everywhere along the coast. Okay, it looks like Middle Francia is going to take over. Oh, they're in Holland now. And Mans. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Holy cow, that's a lot of guys. There's 944 dudes in there. Okay, let us combine these guys. Once we're done taking over this castle, we are going to march back there. Done. Okay, we are marching back over. And they're gone. They're off into the longboats already. Tell me that this guy... Oh, this guy got all this territory. So the king must have given him these three. And so now, we just gotta wait for this to finish up. Yeah, the king must have given him Gellery. And there's his troops that he summoned up. Monks in nearby stop to trade for supplies quite often. They usually linger to talk and exchange knowledge. Well, I should seek their company more often, or how tedious these men have got. So I can get the trait cynical, which makes me cynically an unbeliever. Or I have a 30% chance of gaining 1 learning and get 20 piety. I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, I mean, shoot, that's my thing. I'm a mastermind theologian. So let me change this over. To family. Okay, so that just switched. I don't need the bonus in stewardship right now because my domain size is okay. Okay, we're done here. Offer peace. Yes. Okay, so Ghent is ours, again, as it should be. Now, this is an increase, but really I think I'm going to... I'm gonna give this to somebody anyway. Let me disband this unit so that they can go back home and reinforce and do all that wonderful stuff. Now, that's Holland, that's West Friesland, that's Zealand, that's Hainaut, that's Breda, that's Lune, and that is Ghent right there. Okay, so I hold the county of Ghent, It's one more than I'm supposed to hold, but that's okay. Hainaut is traditionally the the lowest one as far as troops go, and tax goes. So I might switch that over. But anyway, let's continue onwards. It's created the Duchy of Berry. Okay, so now if we look, here's Middle Francia and Lombardy. I'm not sure exactly what happened with that war. Oh! Okay, so this is a son who was born to Prince Froila and Fastrada. Fastrada is the Duke's sister. Oh! And they had twins. Okay, so if I go into here and I go to sister, not that one, that's the half-sister. If I go to the sister, there they are. Okay, and you'll notice they say twins. And twins like each other better. Twins get along with each other better. So, now because they're part of my court, I can do all sorts of crazy things like arrange betrothals and everything else. If they leave my court, then I no longer have that power. So let's continue onwards. Oh, we're auto-saving. Oops, we got an open council position, or spy master. Now, here's the deal. Let me pause just for a second. I could make this guy my spy master. For some reason he wants to be my chancellor. Oh, because he's got an 18 diplomacy, too. He's got an 18 intrigue. The problem is that he's deceitful and ambitious. And we don't really get along too well. So if somebody has a plot against me, they could actually try to convince that guy to join that plot. Because he doesn't like me very much. So, I don't think I'm really going to make him my spy master. What I will do instead is I'll make her my spy master, and that happens to be the Duke's wife. But at least the opinion of her husband is better than this guy's opinion of him. So let's go like this. And we will continue to scheme in Holland. This guy is continuing to fabricate claims. We don't have a better steward than this guy at 11? Really? Oh, of course. The one guy who could do it is this guy, who happens to be my rival. Yeah, I don't really want to do that. Thanks anyway, but no thanks. I'll take a 0 on that one. Thanks. 13, 12. 12 is the best we could do for Marshall. No, we could do 14. Although this guy wants to be a steward with 8. I don't understand that. Oh yeah, the current guy is 12. Where's this guy was such a jerk? And 12, that doesn't... I could give it to this guy, but then this guy would get annoyed. Okay, let's keep going. So there are no current wars right here. Let's take a peek at our intrigue. Still the same plot. Let's check the factions. The Independence faction is up to almost 60%. That's pretty good. We have 500 gold. That's a lot. So let's see if we can do some stuff in here. Again. Wow, we could build the keep up. Or we could build one of these guys. 436 gold is a lot of gold. But this keep is going to... It'll give us a bigger place to put all of our guys, so... Let's do that. It's not going to be often that we're going to have, like, 500 gold to just drop to do this, so... Let's do that, and then, Oh, he's already in Holland to oversee construction, so... We don't even have to move him. Okay. Sticked. Okay. We'll dismiss all the guys. Okay. Yeah, negative 77. Jeez. Okay. So we're building up our wealth back up, which is kind of nice. This guy's going to go attack something, so might as well get ready. I think the Holland troops will be able to take him out. But yeah, this is sort of what happens during the Viking Age. Is you get this sort of, whack a Viking. Ah, excellent news. Okay, I think we're going to move this guy away from here. And we'll drop him in here right now, because pretty sure that the guy in Holland... Oh, there's only 28 guys left there. Yeah, I think the guy in Holland likes us enough that we're going to move on to Sticht. Kind of surprised that this guy in Cleve has not fabricated a claim yet, though it is 20% a year, so... Part of the Duchy of Brunswick. Wow. No allies. And this guy still has Brabant, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I guess Brabant is part of Frisia. Yes, it is. It is part of Frisia. So, really the Kingdom of Frisia, de jure, is Brabant, Flanders, Gelre, and Holland. So that's what we're going to try to hold on to and take. Well, I'm glad I didn't disband those guys. That's right, run, run, run. Sometimes they make it and sometimes they don't. Oh, yeah, I didn't make it in time. But this guy's heading down here now, so... Okay, so let's disband this army. This is still looking pretty good. Over here. Okay. Let me pause just for a second. I have a weak claim on the Kingdom of Bavaria, which is pretty nutty. The Duke's wife is from the Kingdom of Bavaria, and apparently right there's Bavaria. So either... Oh. It's because he's got a regent. So, the Duchess of Holland, this guy's wife right here, can make a claim because he has a regent. He's in a regency because he's not old enough to rule yet. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, wow, my only ally right now is a guy that I cannot... Arnold's sister Festrada's brother-in-law. Oh boy, wow. Okay. I'm not going to press that claim. Primarily because I don't think I can beat up Bavaria. I would be hard-pressed to. Well... That would make the Duke's wife Queen of Bavaria. Which means that the Duke's daughter would then be Queen of Bavaria. Oh, it's too confusing. If he had a son, then he'd be the King of Bavaria. And he would also hold the Duchy of Holland. Wow. The other problem is that Bavaria does not seem very powerful, which is good for taking it over, but bad for keeping it. Very hard to keep, because it's not very big. I don't know, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I'll have to think about that one. I've got time. I mean, he's not going to be of age for another 9 years. So, unless something happens to him. But, of course, then his heir is... his heir is 6 years old, so... Cleve is normally part of Bishopric of Colm. The more I think about it, the more ridiculous it seems. The Duke having a rival so much beneath me, it seems rather silly of me to hold him as my rival. Oh, our rivalry ends. Yeah, let's get rid of the rivalry. I just paused it, so let's see where we are with this guy. He still doesn't like me. Oh, because I usurped his title and declared war, and he's furious, and blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. If you weren't so ambitious, it wouldn't be a problem. Incidentally, nah. Oh, he's ill. Anyway, so yep. So let's see what happens. Duke or Duke. Our rivalry will continue forever. Okay. Alright. Sure. Whatever. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Wow, not a whole lot of help there. Just out of curiosity. But that's okay. Alright. Let's keep going. Let's check our intrigue. That's still the only known plot that we have. Can hold another summer fair. But nah. Check the factions. Oh, yeah, the independence faction is, the percentage went down. Let's check our council, see how everybody's doing. Training troops, scheming, religious relations, cleave, to fabricate claims. Let's check our laws. Can't go high until we have a legalism of 3. Oh, speaking of which, let's check our technology. Here's our legalism. It's not going up, unfortunately. Here's our tolerance. Tolerance helps the penalty for different cultures and religions. Oh, construction. We'll increase that one up because we're actually doing construction. Majesty. Tolerance. Or we could increase the city vassal opinion or the noble feudal vassal opinion. Let's increase the tolerance. Okay, military is looking pretty good. Uh-oh. Here's another Germanic uprising. And King Carloman has created the Duchy of Lombardy. Really? Where is this Duchy of Lombardy? Ah, there it is. It's the Duchy of Lombardy. So I guess the Kingdom of Lombardy is down here, but the Duchy of Lombardy, which is part of Middle Francia, is right there. Yeah, you can see Middle Francia is the purple. Wow, that is quite the territory. Unfortunately, this guy is not making a kingdom out of, an empire out of this, so if he dies, the kingdom is literally going to fall apart and will become, part of his, sons. One son's going to get Middle Francia, one son's going to get West Francia, one son's going to get East Francia, one son's going to get Aquitaine, and one's going to get Saxony, and that's going to be the end of it. Oh my goodness, look at this. Wow. Middle Francia is getting its butt kicked right now, but they've got reinforcements on the way. Coast of Rouen. Rouen's over here. Oh, there's Zealand. In case you're wondering, yes, that is exactly where New Zealand gets its name from. Spelled a little differently, but I just gotta wait for the morale to go up a little bit. I have decided to institute this decentralized law. All this needed is support of yourself and my other law. Yeah, shoot. I'll do decentralized. And I gotta click this like 5 times because it's for 5 different kingdoms. So basically what he's doing is, let's look here. Right now he's limited. He wants to go, no, centralization is low centralization. He wants to go decentralized. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now it's decentralized. What does that mean? Well, yeah, I think he was hitting his vassal limit up here. Oh, before I could even get to them, these guys are gone. Okay. Let me disband these guys. Now, if these 2 guys were smart, they would actually get together and form one major army. But it's too late now because, yeah, these guys are getting hammered. Yep, the Duke is spending more time with his wife, Colthida. Oh, that's actually quite good, because that means that their opinion of each other gets better, so. Yeah, see, that's actually quite good. They didn't actually marry for love, but they're falling in love. And that's always a good thing. Particularly, especially now, since the Duke's spymaster is his wife. So, yep, the keep is done. Okay, so let's get this guy back out and collecting taxes. Okay. Okay, here's Ghent. Here's Hainaut. And Breda. Okay, so if I look at this, really this one would be the one that I would be giving away, but I think it's going upwards because, you know, the administration, there's an administration penalty when you first take over territories, and I think that's going away, so I think this is actually going to go up. Oh, Lawrence has been banished from King Carloman's lands. These are probably all the guys who were involved in the uprising. Okay. These are direct vassals. So here's Holland. That's us. Here's Gelray. Burgundy, Upper Burgundy, Burgundy. There's that Duchy of Berry that they were talking about before. Breda. Okay, so one of the things that I can do is I could actually raise the local levies just to take these guys on like that. And then I think we're going to raise these guys because apparently we're going to need to crush some of these guys. Because we've also got guys over here now too. Oh, King Assur of Asturias has usurped county title. So here's Ghent. We're going to raise some levies there. Julich, not our problem. Okay, then these guys go into here. Okay, and then we just thump these guys. And now that we're done with that, we're just gonna continue down the coast to these guys. And we're gonna thump these guys. Or we won't. So how much loot do they have? Oh, we're out of saving. They got 28 gold out of that rating. Oh boy. Again? Really? Oh, here's another one. Move these guys down into here. Okay. We'll deal with these guys in Zealand first. Oh, the Kingdom of Burgundy. Okay, now we'll deal with these guys. So now there's a whole nother kingdom in Middle Francia. That, of course, he is the king of. Wow, which just means that here it is, heir to the kingdom of Burgundy. This guy's heir to the kingdom of Saxony. Holland? Really? Yeah, that's wonderful. Oh. Did he actually give that to somebody? I think he might have given that to somebody. So let's pause just for a second. Whoops, what is this? Yeah. No. No, thank you. I will actually take care of that. Family patriarch. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to educate child. I got this one. Okay, and then last thing I'm going to do is Prince Pepin is the Count of Brabant. Goodness. The Duke of Saxony. All of these counts. The High Chiefess. Wow. Look at this. This guy can raise 79 troops. And then 800. And 400. See, this is what the problem is going to be. Because all these guys are interrelated. 1.19. What a pain in the neck. So I could take over Brabant again. But, you know, I gotta worry about all of the massive troops that potentially this guy could bring in. Okay, so I think right around here, we're going to pause June 1st, 8:01, and we're going to stop this video. We're going to end this video for today. We've done pretty good so far. And then we will see next time about potentially taking over Brabant. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you had fun, and I will see you next video.